Hey guys, welcome back to the ride of a lifetime. It is a great day today. It is a little colder today, but it's not a big deal. Thanks for clicking on this video. I greatly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. If you aren't subscribed already and you've watched a couple of my videos, click the subscribe button down below and click the bell so you're notified when I post a new video. As you can tell from the thumbnail of this video, I needed to kind of address something. So on my bike, I started noticing about 2 weeks, probably prior to me even doing this, that my paint on the exhaust was starting to chip away. Yeah, I didn't want to have any rust happen, so what I did is I ended up stripping the whole thing because I figured, okay, well, I could probably just redo it and it'd probably be okay. So that is what I did. So yeah, I ended up stripping all the paint off of my exhaust and got down to the actual like bare bones of it. And I have a couple clips that I'll probably interlude between me talking here, but as you can see, I literally just sanded the whole thing down, got it to just the bare chrome. I went to Lowe's and got the 2000 degree paint primer and the black paint that I found there. And I basically just wanted to redo the whole thing, and it wasn't a big deal. I just was like, I don't want this to start rusting and then me having to get new exhaust headers. And so hopefully you watching this video, if this starts to happen to you, know what to do. Basically what I did, I just stripped the whole thing down and I started with just priming it with the primer that I bought. Put about, I'd say about 3 or 4 coats on, did all that, waited for it to dry, and then the black paint that I had, started painting with that, and that went on really well. And I think it turned out pretty good, guys. I was actually really surprised on how well I did, because I mean, I don't spray paint a whole lot of things, and I was really nervous doing it because I didn't want to screw it up and have to redo the whole thing, because I'm telling you what, guys, that paint was on there. That paint was I don't know how it started to come off. I guess from how the wheel is actually turning. And if you're seeing me on my 360 camera, you'll see that my visor is fogging up. I did have a pin lock insert in there, and I went to clean my helmet and got some cleaning products on there and screwed that up. So I ordered another one, and I'll have one here soon. So yeah, if you want to do this on your Rebel 1100, I will say it was probably like a 6 to 7 out of 10 for difficulty. The main problem I had was actually taking the exhaust headers off. You have to take off the radiator and that whole cover, which wasn't a huge issue. The problem that was probably the hardest was actually when I took all the coolant off, the coolant hose off, I had totally forgot to put a bucket underneath, so I lost a lot of the coolant and didn't get it into a bucket or anything, which honestly kind of sucked, but it is what it is. So ended up going to Big Hometown Motorsports, got some new coolant, reinstalled the exhaust headers, and I noticed that once I did that, some of the sensors that go on the side of the, I think it's like the O2 sensor that goes on the side of the exhaust headers, it was kind of putting on my check engine light kind of thing. So I was like, well, I know there's probably nothing wrong with a brand new engine. And so what I did was I took it to Big Hometown after I had put the new paint on and everything, and basically just said, hey, I'm having this issue, and they hooked me up. They were super nice. The manager knows me pretty well, so he's like, yeah, I'm not going to charge you for this because you literally just bought it. And he actually commented on the exhaust. He's like, dude, that looks better. That looks really good, man. I was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I was not expecting to do that so soon. And what I noticed is where like I said, it's probably just from the exhaust getting hit from rocks that are coming from the wheel, which that's not a big issue, but later on down the road, I don't want this to start chipping and having that sort of issue. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably well, I've never been back here. Let me go down here for a second. Got to get this car off my back. Yeah, took it down there. The guy was commenting on it. He's like, dude, you did a really good job. I was like, oh, dude, thanks. So after that was all said and done, got the O2 sensor solved. They hooked up the computer on it and kind of bypassed it for right now. Like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong. And it did come up one other time. That how that happened was I was riding and I was in traffic. This was late at night, so I was riding and I got to a stoplight, and as soon as I stopped, I saw smoke just started coming up off the bike, and I was like, oh no. So whenever you do put new paint on your exhaust, you have to have time to actually take and burn in the paint, basically heat up the paint hot enough so it seeps into it. And that's what I did, and I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. So then I look on I get off the bike while I'm at this red light. It's late at night, so there's not anybody around. So I literally take that and I go, okay, well, this kind of sucks. Yeah, I noticed that the coolant hose was coming off. And so I had a bunch of coolant just spilling onto my hot exhaust, and all this smoke was coming up, and it didn't come off all the way. And I was like, man, I could probably make it home. And I did make it home, which was definitely a good thing. I was like, oh, man, I hope I could make it home. I was only like 5 minutes away from home, so it wasn't a huge deal. But yeah, that was definitely something. I was not ready for that. I'm also having a hard time turning my head, because at work I fell off a ladder and kind of fell back onto my back and kind of did some whiplash on my on my head. So that's definitely taking its toll there. So but anyway, so after that was all said and done, I got home safe and sound and no problems there. And what I did was I just waited till the next day. I had to wait till the bike cooled down so that coolant wasn't burning my skin off, basically. So I did that, took everything off, I took the hose off again, reattached it, tightened it a little bit better, got a different angle, and yeah, everything was pretty much solved at that point. The O2 sensor did go off again, but I think it was from getting wet when I took it to the car wash. I washed off some of the coolant from the hose, because I was like, okay, I don't want this to be on there forever. And what I might do is later on down the road, to kind of help it from chipping, is I might put some like black exhaust paint, or not black exhaust paint, but black exhaust tape on there. See, paint, tape, kind of the same thing, except not. So yeah, my visor's fogging up pretty good. So I've never been back here. I know a lot of people that go to this church, but I don't know if I've ever been back here. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get off the bike here for a second and show you guys actually what it looks like. So we'll go over to the other side here, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see on camera, but you can see kind of where it the coolant started falling, and there's a little bit of dirt too, but I can also notice that it's starting to chip again, which I don't know why that is. Like, it's 2,000 degrees. I don't know if I needed to use a higher exhaust paint, but it is what it is. So yeah, what I'll probably do is I'll probably take some exhaust tape and tape around the exhaust, so whenever the rocks actually do fly up and hitting this, it's not chipping all that and doing all that. So I also noticed too, back on my shocks, that this is starting to rust a little bit, so I might change these out. If you guys haven't seen my previous video, I talked about some of the upgrades I wanted to do, and I did forget two things in there. So I think I want to upgrade the shocks actually to the Burley brand ones. They look really cool, and I think it'd really go well with the red that I have on the bike. And another thing I probably want to do is I probably want to get the Two Brothers exhaust, the one that slips back, so not the one that's upswept, because when I put on my saddlebags and everything, I don't want it hitting that. So especially because they're almost $1,000, so don't want to burn those up. So but yeah, I think the bike looks pretty good, and I think I did a pretty good job. So yeah, it didn't end up being a hard job, and it wasn't too bad. So But yeah, I'm probably going to sign off here. My visor is fogging up, and I wanted to get out while it was semi-okay weather. This week's supposed to be pretty good, so I might be doing some filming and that kind of thing, and riding with one of my buddies too. But I gotta wait for my pin lock to come in because it is terrible, because this thing is just fogging up like crazy. Basically what I've been doing, and I can go on my 360 camera, but basically what I've been doing is I've been riding like with this like almost down. So not ideal, but it is what it is. But yeah, guys, if you like this type of video, please consider subscribing. I am already at 250, which is a fourth of the way to my 1,000. So I don't know if you guys know this, but once you get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, YouTube will start paying you. So I'm not really doing this for a paycheck, but it was I mean, it's just kind of an added thing. Like it would be cool to be monetized on YouTube and start doing this more often for you guys. And yeah, that'd be super dope. So yeah, guys, please consider subscribing. I appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next ride. Peace.